being a critic is a difficult balance. You have to weigh the pros and cons. I'm a big fan of these fitness bands. They track your activity and your sleep, and then they send the data wirelessly to your phone to show you graphs of how you're doing. And you know what? They really work. They keep your attention focused on just how much of a sedentary sloth you really are. You park farther away. You take more stairs. This one's called the Garmin VivoFit. You've probably never even heard of it. It has a screen, which not all of the bands do. It shows you how many steps you've taken, how many remaining to your goal, how many miles you've walked, how many calories, the time, the date, and it even syncs with an optional heart monitor. I'm kind of disappointed in the app, though. It's kind of ugly. I mean, compare this to its rival software from the Jawbone Up band, right? Also, I don't like that the sleep isn't shown right there on the home screen. You have to burrow in to see it. The screen doesn't light up. You can see it only if there's light around you. This is the only band that doesn't have any kind of vibrate mode that can wake you or alert you. And also, it only shows you a graph of your sleep movements. It doesn't try to interpret them like the other bands, like deep sleep, light sleep. On the other hand, if you've been sitting still for an hour, it starts drawing this little red line across the top to remind you to get up and move a little. I love that.
And it's waterproof, so you never have to take it off.
And finally, get this. The Garmin VivoFit battery lasts for a year on a charge. Not 3 days, not a week, a year. Considering how many of these things wind up in your junk drawer, I think making it completely waterproof and nearly perpetual is brilliant. Yes, I'd like to see better phone software, but come on, that is awesome. I also had a look at this watch, the Samsung Gear Fit. My God, it's gorgeous. It has a touch screen. It's color, it's responsive, it's actually curved.
Showerproof.
But this baby is not just a fitness band. It's also a full-blown smartwatch. Any email, text messages, Twitter, feedback that come into your phone also show up on your wrist, which is very cool. It's even got a heart rate monitor right on the back. Unfortunately, it works only with a few Samsung phones and tablets. No other phone brands are welcome. Also, unfortunately, this is full brightness. In the sun, you can't see it at all, which is why all the close-ups you see in this video, we filmed indoors. And on this watch, everything is manual. You have to tell it when you're starting to sleep. You have to tell it when you want it to start monitoring your heart. You have to tell it when you're about to start walking. It's not always tracking your steps. On the phone, the software is confusing. The functions are divided up across different apps, and the graphs can be really hard to figure out. The battery needs charging about every 3rd day using this thing, which you're gonna lose in about the first week. Okay. You have a choice of how you want to read the screen. You can read it this way, which is awkward for your wrist, or you can read it this way, which is awkward for your brain.
Come on, Samsung. You're the 800-pound gorilla of the electronics world. You can do better. We know you can do better. We want you to do better.
The scales have spoken. A hit and a miss. All right then, next decision.
Yahoo!